If you can work for 5 more years, then it's not too late to get a federal government pension. Let's talk about it. As a federal government employee, you are fully vested in a federal pension by working at least 5 years. Fully vested means you are entitled to a federal government pension. And a pension is not like a TSP or a 401k. It is not tied to the stock market or any financial markets. So whether it's a recession, a depression, a market crash, it does not impact your pension. And because of that, it can offer peace of mind and a sense of security when the market is doing horribly. The federal government pension offers you a monthly check every month until you take your last breath. Now, pensions were not always such a rare thing. A lot of companies went bankrupt between the 40s and the 60s, and their pensions completely fell through, and it left employees receiving nothing. And because it was too expensive to keep these pensions, companies started to gravitate towards 401ks, where the burden of providing the employee with money would come from the stock market. 401ks can be great retirement tools, but because they're tied to the market, there's a lot of volatility. So if you decided I want to retire, say in 10 years, but then all of a sudden we're in a recession, that would cause you to reevaluate your retirement plans. One example was during the recent housing crash, which was 2007, 2008. There were people planning to retire during those years, but the market dropped and caused people to reevaluate those plans. What they once had was cut down by 35%, and now they did not have the money that they thought they would going into retirement. All right, so I'll be working through a few examples with you, and I will be using the following assumptions. You joined the federal government as a GS-12 Step 1. You work in the Washington, D.C. area, and you work for 5 years. You then exit the government as a GS-14 Step 2. Now, these 5 years could have been from any era. You could have done it in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. It doesn't matter, as long as you have 5 years of federal government service. So after just 5 years, how much would your pension be monthly? We take the salary of a GS-14 Step 2, which is $130,000, multiply it by 5 years, and multiply it again by 1%, and we get $6,522 divided by 12 months, and that is $543.50 a month. Of course, an extra $500 a month is not life-changing money, but a lot of us will be able to use that money as we get older. Okay, so to look at it from a different perspective, if you were to live until 78 years old, which is the average age expectancy in the US, that would be a total of an extra $104,000. But let's say you want a bigger pension. $500 a month isn't going to cut it. So let's extend 5 years to 7 years. We take the same salary of a GS-14 Step 2, which is $130,000, multiply it by 7 years, and multiply it again by 1%, and we get $9,130 divided by 12 months. And that is $760.83 a month. This is a little bit better than the 5-year example, but let's increase it one more time. Let's take it up to 10 years. And if you're watching this and you're currently 52 years old or younger, and you're able and willing to work another 10 years, this could be a logical decision as it matches the age in which you'll be entitled to Social Security benefits. We take that same salary of GS-14 Step 2, which is $130,000, this time we multiply it by 10 years, multiply it again by 1%, and we get $13,044 divided by 12 months is $1,087 a month. We finally broke $1,000 a month. And once again, this type of money could be helpful as you approach those elder years. When you turn 62 years old, this money is added to your Social Security check. The average amount a person is receiving from Social Security right now is about $1,600. And if you add a 10-year federal pension to this, you would have a total of $2,687 a month. Now, $2,600 a month or $32,000 a year isn't enough to live an extravagant lifestyle, but it should always be able to provide a roof over your head and food in your belly. If you are even younger and you're willing to work even longer, there's some people in the federal government that work 40 years or even more. The longer that you work, the higher the multiple goes. The more money you will receive every month in that federal pension. And on top of this, the federal government matches contributions to your thrift savings plan, which is like a 401k. So you're kind of working at it from three different angles. You have Social Security, you have the federal pension, and you also have the thrift savings plan. Now, there'll always be talk about, is the Social Security benefit going away? Are we funding it at an adequate level? When I was a teenager, we were having discussions about, would it be a realistic option? And here I am in my 40s, and I still hear the same talk. Is Social Security going to be around for the next generation? Well, time will tell. I know that this pension, this form of pension, will provide a better sense of security for the majority of individuals watching this. And if you are watching this and you want to know just how difficult it is to get a federal government job, then make sure you watch this video next. If you would like to see more videos like this, please click like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.